that seems to be right. Okay, well, a couple of weeks ago to work and back, now we're getting more and more worried about this chain. There was just so much stretch in it, and to be honest, this chain has always stretched. I've had this bike a couple of years now, and the chain has just stretched and stretched and stretched, and considering how little riding I was doing in here, even though I was going to work every day, it was only about 4 kilometres each way, and given the fact that this bike had the cheapest eBay battery in it when I bought it, it might have the cheapest eBay chain. Now, I did a lot of research on chains. The cheapest eBay chain for this thing is $40. The dearest price I got was $230. So I managed to pick up a D.I.D 525 VX3 off eBay, but from someone with a bricks and mortar store, so I could actually phone them and talk to them about it and make sure that there was nothing I needed to know. So I have removed the sprocket cover and the chain guard. I've backed off the axle and the adjusters, and this is a very simple clip on here. We'll just pop it off. Now the instructions on the chain say to clip the new chain to the old chain and feed it through that way, but I want to do a bit of a comparison and see just how much this chain has stretched. So I'll get him off and we'll lay him down, we'll take the other chain to size, and then we'll have a look at the difference. Of course I had to bump the camera, and again, well done. So this is the chain I ended up buying. I think I paid $118 or something for it. There was an offer like this offer here, but it was a bit better than that. The great thing about this was I looked at the seller's name. I read all the numbers on the chain. I went down here, saw that they're in Adelaide, went further down, and I see here they say that Yamaha World is Adelaide's premium dealer for new Yamaha motorcycles. So I googled that. I found the place, I rang them up, and I just made sure. I mean, I knew it was a 525 chain, and I knew I needed 112 links, but the whole VX3, I was just, this is far newer technology that I'm used to dealing with. So, yeah, I just rang them up, talked to them, he was fine, said they'd mail it out, and it all went exceedingly well. So, yes, I was very happy with it, with dealing with them. Yeah, so here's our D.I.D Pro Street made in Japan chain. This will be 124 links. I need 112. lovely and clean. Put the O-rings. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 74, 78, 78, 80, 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 92, 94, 96, 98, 100, 102, 104, 106, 108, 110, 112. So it should be that one that needs to come out. $114, $116, $180, $120, $122. Well, I believe it's a 124 link chain, so I'll just double check that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 30, 40, 42, 44, 46, 40, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 70, 72, 74, 76, 78, 80, 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 92, 94, 96, 98, 100, 102, 104, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. So I've got a different number this time. This is why they say measure twice, cut once. In this case, it's going to be measure 3 times. Okay, so we've counted this about 100 times. And I've decided that this is the one that's coming out. So this is the tool. You clamp him on. Screw this down. I've never had this much trouble before, but then I've probably never done a chain this big before. Before I bought this tool, everything was always just grind one off and punch it through with a punch. Before I had a punch, it was just grind it off and punch it through with a nail. So my father was one of those people who had jars and jars full of big nails, so that was the way we did it. Looking like that, it appears it might be the way I have to keep doing it. Apparently this is not big enough for a 525. Well, that's annoying. Alright, so with a little bit of hammering, that's all good now. Okay, so we can see that it's stretched by about a link and a half. So yeah, I think it was a good decision to change this chain. Now I've elected not to replace the sprockets because they look just fine to me. You can roast me in the comments if you like, but yeah, no, I think they're fine. I reckon I've probably got good Triumph sprockets on here and just a cheap eBay chain, so that's what I'm going to do. Now the feeding into my theory that it was just a cheapy chain, I did notice when I took it off there was no O-rings there, whereas the bits for this one have O-rings and a little bit of lube. Making a run for it. Chain grease, do not eat. Probably a little bit too much, but anyway, that's what came out. Okay, well, I've just had a bit of a quick scan of YouTube, and some of the stuff I've seen just scared me. Other stuff looks like it might be useful. So I got this one of Woodsman Adventures. He reckons that you put a nut over there so that there's room for the rivet to go through, and then use a vice grip to squeeze it down. So we'll give that a crack. You must have done this a few more times than me because you made it look bloody easy. But it looks like I'm having a win. Or at least I was. Good Lord. No. I've dropped my nuts, but I think I might be able to get the clip on now. So, tire goes that way. So the clip goes that way. This is like an arrow that points forward for your direction of travel. Yeah, that groove's clear there, that groove's clear there. So yes, that's worked very well once again. Thank you for that, Woodsman. I have not done this for ages, and this would be the biggest change that I've ever had to do. And I did a lot of repairs when I was doing the trail ride, but of course I just used to leave the O-rings out because we were on the side of a bush track and we just needed to get back to camp. So and looky there, done like a dinner. Okie dokie. So, oh look, there's the other nut, drop right there in the tensioner. So, hopefully you could see how I did all that. I'm thinking you may have well been able to. So yes, we will just now set the tension on the chain. What I'll do is I'll go by the notches. Nope, go the wrong way. Now to the edge of the first notch. Or into the V of the first notch, so a little bit further yet. A little bit more, I think. And go to the inner edge of the first notch. I'm going to give it a little bit more. Top corner of the first notch. I reckon that's about right. So, it is actually the difference is I believe about here. So that is the difference in the amount of stretch there was. But anyway, that's how to change a chain. Made more complicated by the fact that I'm not up with chain technology, but yeah, a little bit of YouTube and everything's fine. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'll pop up the picture of where I bought the chain from. And apart from that, everything seems to be good. The only other issue I had, as I said, I did this up to ride to work. And one of my things that I put on the front yard fell off the first day, but I haven't seen any kangaroos yet. I hope I'm not jinxing myself. But yeah, anyway, I'll just button this all back together and then it should be ready to go. Thank you.